Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Kingdom. I'm back again with another commentary. I watched a video yesterday by Maniac in which he was very transparent about what's going on in his life, and it inspired me to be a little more honest with you guys about what's going on in my life. You know, I made a video where I asked for help, and Charles, Preston, Noah, Connor, and Brendan. Thank you guys so much for donating. I've raised $65 out of the $5,000 that I was trying to reach, and it did make a difference. I bought groceries for my house, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. Is like how I got to, you know, I want to continue the Kingdom story this weekend on Sunday. I want to upload another Kingdom story video and start off where I left off, but I kind of am going to fast forward to today because 2019 was easily the worst year of my life, and it was easily the worst year of my entire life. And basically, my wife and I went to counseling in 2019, and counseling, it didn't make things worse. You know, like things have to get worse before they get better. It just brought out some truths about the two of us that it just brought out some truths about me and how I had really put my family behind myself when I was in one of the jobs that I had a few years ago. When I was at one of the jobs I was at a few years ago, I was really just focused on myself. I put my family to the back burner. I kind of came and went as I pleased, and it wasn't in terms of like, you know, I was chasing my career so that I could take care of my family. I was chasing what I wanted so I could take care of me. And I was extremely selfish. And so as a result, my wife and I left the job that we were at together, that we were working at together. And ever since then, it's been about 4 or 5 months, we've been behind on everything, behind on rent, behind on bills, behind like, the fact that we're still living in this house is a miracle. You know, people ask me why I believe in God and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to share that level of details with you guys about where I am, but I'll just say I'm behind on my rent. I shouldn't still be living here. You know, like there's been moments where I received money that I didn't know I had coming, and then literally the next day, the power company says, we're going to cut your power off. And I happen to have enough money to keep the lights on. Like that's where I am right now financially. And I know that in my videos, you know, I'm Mr. Positive and I'm all happy and all this kind of stuff. But I just want to be real with you guys about what I'm really going through and what I'm dealing with. Yesterday, the reason you didn't get a video is because, I went to counseling instead of making content, and I almost made content. Like that's because I'm having so much fun. I have not had this much fun in a very, very, very long time. You know, making content about Call of Duty Esports has always been, it's been a dream of mine to do it full time. And I had that dream. I was living that dream. You know, I go back and look at my videos and look at the things I made, and like the esports, the COD profiles. Like, I would love to make those again. You know, there's enough players in the Call of Duty League right now that I could make one a week. I mean, think about people like Formal and Simp and Abizi and Pristini and Arcides. There's so many players gunless that I've never been able to do a COD profile on. And I still have all of my connects in the community. Everybody's rooting for me. Everybody wants me to come back and do my thing. The response and feedback on the videos has been amazing. You know, like amazing. The like ratios are ridiculous. I think the Aches video has no dislikes. The Scump video has 1. You know, it's like you guys are just, what you're saying in the comments is great. The reality is that the community is so saturated that I'm not getting a lot of views. But I want to let you guys know, I don't care. I don't care that I'm not getting a lot of views. The problem is I'm not making any money off of YouTube. I picked up 8 subscribers on Twitch just in the last, like, I think I've done 6 streams in the last week and a half. I've been streaming every night. Picked up 8 subscribers and probably almost 100 followers. Like, my channel is growing. You know, the Call of Duty mobile community is growing in that way. And that's been great, you know, and YouTube has been freaking awesome because it's been fun. That's what I really care about, is that it's been fun. I've had fun doing it. And if I'm able to do a podcast, I'm going to have fun doing it. But I even was able, like, it's amazing. I got a job within the time frame that I'm not making content and when I can work, and I get home about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I can start stream till about 2 in the morning. I wake up, I wake up at 6:30. I take my oldest son to school. We get to talk and chop it up, you know, and then I go back home, I sleep, and then I wake up and I make breakfast and I hang out with my other 2 kids before they go to school at 9 o'clock. And then most days I sleep for about an hour. So I get about, you know, a total of 4 hours of sleep. And then I have a good window of like 3 hours to make content. You know, I can't make content at night. That's literally the best time for me to make content, is when no one's in my house. You know, I like to be animated and loud, and we don't really have any rooms in this house that, you know, where I can make it anywhere else. But you know, speaking of this house, I don't, you know, I guess it's amazing that I still live here. It's amazing that we still live in this house. It's amazing that like last week, the internet was cut off, and I was like, well, crap, there goes my content. You know, like, I'm done. And my wife had mentioned something like, well, call them and see if they can move it back. And I called them, and immediately, without even having to talk to someone, they just extended it like 2 weeks, you know. But that's where I am right now. Like, when I get off of making this commentary, I'm going to grab this phone that I'm talking to, and I have 3 different collectors that I have to call to see if they can stretch out bills so that I can get make some money and get my bills paid. And so this video is just, it's another chance for me to reach out to you guys and ask for your help. I'm not even going to say that I don't like doing this, or I don't like reaching out to you guys as a community and asking for help, because you've always been there for me. You've always supported me. And again, I want to say, I am not asking you to pay for my content. If I can make content, if I have the time, when I can create the time to make content, I'm going to make content. But the reality is, like, right now, I'm working 2 to 9, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6 on Saturday, so about 45 hours total. But I'm going to have to ramp that up to like 65 because they do work during the day as well. And I can cut out all of my days where I'm home and I can go into work and make more money, because it's an hourly job that I'm at right now. But what that's going to do is it's going to prevent me from making content at all. You know, I may be able to still stream if that's the case, but it's going to prevent me from making this content. And, you know, I don't look forward to that because of the fun aspect. Like, you know, something that Maniac said in his video, he was like, when he was at the height, when he had all the money, when he had all the stuff, and he had 3,600 subscribers on Twitch and was making more money than he's made in his whole life, he was depressed and not happy. For me, because the content that I make represents me well, like, it lines up with my values. Like, I don't, what do you call it? I don't sacrifice, I guess, my values. And that's why, you know, I don't cuss in my videos. And I know that some of the videos I recommend in best competitive videos, there's cussing, but that's because there's really, like, if I wanted just clean videos, I wouldn't be able to recommend videos for you guys. And they're the videos that I watch, you know, and most of my viewing audience isn't afraid of cussing, you know, and so, but I try to keep my content clean. I try to make sure that I, you know, respond and reply to the right people on Twitter that are clean, that if you guys follow them, you know, and I just try to, my brand represents who I am. And Kingdom Soldier, I mean, most of you guys know what that stands for. You know, it's like, I'm a soldier in God's kingdom. You know, my job for many years, for 15 years, I was a pastor. And now that I've kind of stepped down from that, and I'm taking a long-term sabbatical, I want to do content. You know, I want to be a YouTuber, and I don't think it's never too late. You know, I don't think there's never a time when you can't, you know, there's never a bad time to start over. You know, there's never a bad time to start again. And so the GoFundMe link is in the description of this video. And I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate the Call of Duty community. Watching everybody be so successful has made me smile every single day. When I get to go on Twitter and see my friends, or who I would call my friends, my online friends, be successful. I watched Hex's like cartoon that he did today. It was freaking amazing. Like just watching that dude has been amazing. Watching TST, I watched just a Twitter video of George using a funny voice and Hitch laughing at him, and just watching Hitch smile and be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of pain in his background. There's a lot of pain in Nadeshot's background. There's a lot of like real life stuff that has happened in people's lives. And to see the success that they're having, it makes me smile, man. And of course, I'd love to be a part. I'd love to somehow jump in the mix. I'd love to, but I guess, I walked away at a time when I was at my highest level of success. I walked away at a time when, if I would have just kept making content, if I would have just kept my podcast going, the sky is the limit for what I would be doing right now in esports. I would be one of the most sought after voices in the Call of Duty esports community. I would be the Duncan Shields, the Thorin of Call of Duty esports. And there's no doubt in my mind that I would be on his level. People would run to my voice when I spoke. And at that point, they did. I mean, I would drop a video and it was just like, oh, Kingdom, and now, I'm getting a couple hundred views a video, but the views, they're the type of views I want. I'm getting the views I want, and my channel is growing in viewership and in subscribers. And so I'm not in any way, shape, or form complaining. If I was at the front end of my YouTube career right now, I would be so happy with the success that I'm seeing and the success that I'm experiencing. I would just be, I would be ecstatic. I'd be giddy. Like my son, he looks at my content, and he came up to me the other day and he was like, Dad, you're getting so many views, and it's like, he has no idea, like he doesn't know that if you multiply my current views times 10, that's what I was averaging per video back in the day, but I'm still going to do my best to give you guys content and to give you the content that I want to make, because it makes me happy. Some of you know, if you watch the video, that I have a goal of being sober in 2020. And I have been. So far, so good. I've been a vegetarian since October. I haven't had anything to drink since New Year's Eve, and I'm proud of myself, and that's another thing I want to say, is that I believe that my content is good. I believe that I am a good voice in our community and for our community. And as long as I can be, if it comes down to the point where all I can do is, make some comments on Twitter, whatever. I saw Clayster say something today. It seems like we're going in the wrong direction in terms of the perspective that the community has on the Call of Duty League. And I'm kind of like the Mr. Positive and focus on the positive. That's what I've always been, and that's what I'm going to be. I am excited for the Call of Duty League. I'm excited for the storylines that have been created by the splitting of these dominant teams, into different markets. And I'm excited for the storylines that are going to be created when an underdog comes out of nowhere and everybody's like, oh, dang, we didn't even see that coming. And they win an event, and all of a sudden, with that 50 points, they're now in second or third place immediately, because not everybody's not playing it every weekend. So that means like FaZe isn't going to London. So FaZe could get a good amount of points at the opener, but then after London, they're not going to be in first. It's guaranteed. There's going to be teams that they would think are rated lower than them that are going to be in first place, because they haven't played as many games. Just like the NBA, when records, you can kind of look at records, but records don't always tell the whole story because certain teams haven't played as many games as other teams. And I'm excited just to walk all these storylines out. There's a couple of series there are some new series that I have coming, like the GOATS series that I started. There's a couple of other new series that I have coming, and there's some interviews I have lined up with people that represent some of the Call of Duty League teams that I cannot wait to do. I don't really have all of the equipment to do all of that right now. I use my phone for primarily everything. I use the camera literally on the front of my laptop to record all the videos that you guys see on my channel, and I use Streamlabs for the background. And I just do a local record, I make it do what it do. I do what I can with what I have. And that's just always been Kingdom Soldier. Like most of you guys don't know, but all of my thumbnails back in the day were made by PowerPoint. I agree with Hex 100%. And I hope he puts out a video on Hex TV, because I will share it. When him and Clayster were talking about YouTube, and he said that he does his vlog sitting at a table because he wants other people to think that it's that easy to do a podcast. Not his vlog, his podcasting. He wants other people to think that it's that easy. Like when he did his Q&A and he went around to different places and then just chopped it all together, genius. Like anybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? And I value what Hex has brought to our community, showing us over and over and over that anybody can be a content creator. And for me, this may not be what I am hoping for it to be, which is a career. And like I told you guys in the last video about this subject, is that if I can raise what I'm trying to raise, the money that I'm trying to raise, I know that'll give me enough of a gap to be able to make this lucrative, you know, lucrative enough for me. Back in the day, I know how to do this, you know, and even with the amount of views I'm getting, I'm already getting sponsors and all those kind of things. And so I know how to do this and make it worth my while. And I know that at the end of the day, I'll probably get a job out of it if I can just keep making content. You know, I consider myself one of the best storytellers in competitive Call of Duty, and I will continue to tell stories to you guys. Nevertheless, this is your boy Kingdom. Thank you guys. Just thank you in general, just for being as encouraging as you are, and for everybody that's been jumping in the comments saying you're happy that I'm back. And everybody keeps saying, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. I really don't want to. And I hope I don't have to. This is your boy Kingdom. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.